first days post-surgery were a hazy amalgamation of pain, fatigue, and the dull buzz of daytime television. Nestled within the confines of my home, a sense of vulnerability had tightly woven itself around me, leaving me on edge. One evening, as the sunset painted the sky with subtle hues of orange and pink, I found myself sinking into a restless sleep, my body heavy with the residue of powerful medication. The room was filled with the soft glow of the bedside lamp, casting long shadows that danced with the whispering wind outside. In the midst of drifting between consciousness and the soothing lull of oblivion, I heard it, a sound that didn't belong. A faint scraping, almost drowned by the incessant ticking of the clock, yet unmistakably there. My eyes fluttered open, the fog of sleep slowly lifting as I strained to listen. There it was again, closer this time, a subtle creaking of the floorboards echoing through the silent house. Fear, cold and sharp, pierced through the drowsiness, pulling me into alertness. My heart began to race, pounding against my ribcage like a frantic bird seeking escape. With painstaking effort, I reached for my phone on the bedside table, its screen illuminating the room with a harsh light. My fingers hovered over the numbers, ready to dial for help. However, I hesitated, uncertainty weaving threads of doubt within my mind. Was this just the medication? As I deliberated, the sounds grew louder, more distinct. Footsteps, soft and careful, moved through the house, approaching my room with a chilling inevitability. Panic gripped me, and with trembling hands, I dialed the police, pressing the phone to my ear. The operator's voice was a calm, steady presence amidst the storm of fear raging within me. As I stammered out my address and explained the situation, the footsteps remained, now circling the floor below me. The operator's voice continued to flow through the phone, steady and reassuring. I remained silent for a moment, caught in the tangle of relief and residual fear, my breaths coming in sharp, uneven gasps. "The police are on their way," the operator informed me. "Stay on the line with me, okay?" With a shaky nod, even though she couldn't see me, I agreed. The minutes stretched infinitely, each tick of the clock a reminder of the fragility of my situation. I was alone, vulnerable, and though the immediate threat had passed, the shadows within my home seemed deeper, more ominous. Finally, the distant wail of sirens broke through the stillness of the night. Growing louder, they heralded the arrival of safety, of protection. Then, as suddenly as they had appeared, the footsteps retreated, moving away with rapid haste. The front door opened, and then closed with a soft thud, leaving behind nothing but the echoes of my rapid breathing and pounding heart. When the police officers arrived, their presence was a beacon of light within the dark abyss of fear. I explained what had happened, my voice tremulous yet clear. They searched the house thoroughly, their trained eyes scanning for signs of forced entry or remaining danger. Yet, beyond the open window through which the intruder presumably entered, there was nothing. Days melded into nights, and the rhythm of recovery continued. Yet, every sound within the house sent chills down my spine. Each creak and whisper a reminder of the night's events. The sanctuary of home was tainted, stained with the invisible ink of fear and violation. Then, one morning, as I sipped on lukewarm tea and scrolled through the news, a headline caught my attention. My heart skipped a beat, and the world seemed to tilt on its axis as I read the details of the report. "A dangerous criminal apprehended," it proclaimed boldly, accompanying image sent a shiver down my spine. He was caught in the vicinity of my neighborhood, a man known for heinous crimes, his eyes reflecting the void within. According to the report, he was wanted for a string of violent incidents, leaving a trail of victims in his wake. A cold realization dawned on me, icy tendrils of horror wrapping around my heart. That man, that monster, had been in my home. I shivered, pulling the blanket tighter around myself, though it offered little comfort. The shadows of that night cast long, lingering silhouettes against the walls of my mind, and the whispers of what could have been echoed through the corridors of my thoughts. Life continued its relentless march forward, and the world outside bloomed with the vibrant colors of passing seasons. Yet, within the confines of my home, the shadows remained, silent and watchful. As I finally recovered, stepping out into the sunlight with tentative steps, the weight of that night hung over me like a dark cloud. And as I moved through the days, the memory of the intruder, with his empty eyes and violent history, remained etched in the corners of my mind. A silent, haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the depth of the shadows that existed.